What a weird game this was tonight between Ole Miss and LSU. The game just wrapped up. LSU was a 78-70 winner over Ole Miss on the road, coming back from 13 points down. Very, very odd game. We're going to talk about it. Let's jump right in. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Show hit that like button, subscribe, leave your comments, follow us on social media, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball on Instagram. Bro, Ole Miss was in complete control of this game. Well, first of all, LSU took an early lead up double digits. Ole Miss fights back, is in complete control, up as many as 13 in the third quarter. Seemingly had like a 93% chance of winning midway through the fourth quarter, and then I mean their offense completely shut down. To watch Ole Miss just completely disintegrate was crazy, and I don't think it was anything that LSU did that was incredibly special other than they finally decided to push pace and push tempo, and it's really confusing watching this team play when they seem to get into these slow down affairs. They don't play well, and it's not until they decide to pick up the pace and pick up the tempo that their offense finally starts to click. And again, this wasn't anything that I think that they did defensively that stopped Ole Miss. I thought Ole Miss just completely imploded, missing layups, free throws. Ole Miss went 0 for 16 from the field in the fourth quarter. I have never seen nothing like that before in my life. They then missed a whole bunch of free throws in the final 5 minutes as well. Their only points in the fourth quarter were from the free throw line. They had 7 free throws that they made, but they missed at least 5. They get outscored 24-7 in the fourth quarter. They finished the game 17 of 24 from the line, but that final 5 minutes they couldn't buy a free throw. Couldn't make a shot. Obviously, Cody McMahon finishes with 25 points for Ole Miss, but she took 25 shots, 8 of 25. Latasha Lattimore had 12. I mean, she couldn't make a damn layup. She finished with 12 on 4 of 16. It got to the point where you're sitting here watching this and you're like, what in the world is going on with them? Did they forget how to play? And then you're hearing the commentators talk about, oh, Cody McMahon is tired. Like, from what? From what? Okay, she played 38 minutes. I don't give a damn. Eh, Tired from what? It's basketball. Get in shape. It made no sense. And then they just started turning the ball over. And realistically, I mean, the one player that really stepped it up in this game was MiLaysia Fulwiley. She finished at 26 on 10 of 18 shooting, getting to the rim, she hit a three from the corner. She played a really strong game, just very aggressive, especially in the second half. LSU and another weird offensive game. Amaya Joyner, Zakiya Johnson, Jada Richard, Michaela Williams virtually did nothing. I mean, they combined the four of them for 29 points, 8, 6, 8, and 7. Flajay Johnson, coming off the heels of her mama's rant, finished with 18. She started off the game hot, then apparently she turned her ankle or whatever. Came back in, got it going again. Finished 6 of 11 from the field, with 5 rebounds and 3 assists, finished with 18 points. Kate Koval played a bunch. She played 17 minutes, more than she typically plays, because they were dealing with some size down low. But I gotta tell you this: LSU size wise, they're a really odd team, bro. They're they're tough to watch at times because they just get into these funks where you're sitting here like, why are you not playing at a breakneck pace? They should be playing 100 miles an hour the entire game. You didn't have these 90 plus point games over and over and over and over. I mean, again, you had 91 against Oklahoma, 98 against A&M, 89 against Florida, 92 against Arkansas, 103 against Alabama. Uh, it- that's just in conference, and then they get in these other games where it's just like They allow the other team to dictate tempo. They just and that's what happened in this game. They allowed Ole Miss to dictate tempo for a large portion of it until the fourth quarter when they finally started pushing the ball. First quarter they were pushing the ball. Middle two, they kind of started walking that shit up and down. There was no pace to the game. And the fourth quarter, I mean, obviously helped by Ole Miss constantly fumbling the ball away and missing free throws. I mean, they were in fast break pretty much the entire fourth quarter. But that was a big win for them. They needed that win coming off of that South Carolina loss. But they're such a freaking funky team to watch. You just what is it? But what is it? What was it? The something where you never know what you're gonna get. Like the Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. You don't know what flavor you're gonna get that night because they play in an inconsistent manner. They can be 23-4, 9-4 in the conference, but they play in an inconsistent manner. They were talking about in this game that this team they're about to lose their fifth conference game, which would have been the most since Kim Mulkey got to LSU. And look, reality check is this: they still could very well lose another SEC game without doubt. They absolutely could lose another SEC game. They still got to play Tennessee on their schedule. I mean, besides that, they got Missouri and Mississippi State, and neither of those two teams are all that good. But they still got to play Tennessee, and Tennessee's been struggling. But I don't know. I don't see a whole lot with this squad. It is a good road win, but I thought just as much as they found a way to get the job done, I thought Ole Miss just gave that shit away in the fourth quarter. That was an embarrassment by Ole Miss. Coach, at one point, there was an out of bounds play on a block shot where Cody McMahon had her shot blocked. It clearly went off Cody McMahon, and she challenges it. You're like, why are you challenging that? I don't know how old their coach is at Ole Miss. She looks like she's young as shit, honestly. I'm curious to know how old Yolette, Coach Yo McPherson. She looks young as hell. Um, Ole Miss women's basketball coach. She's 43, man. She looks younger than that. I mean, just I don't know. Maybe it's mannerisms. Maybe it's things that she does in the sideline. I don't know. She looks younger than 43. But that fourth quarter, man, that was horrible. First of all, when she challenged that play, that was just downright stupid, and it was like she couldn't come up with anything to get an easy bucket. It was just they missed layups, but never an easy bucket type situation. Where you're sitting here saying, "Yo, it's like you're wide open." Yeah, they had layups, but they were slightly contested. You should still make them, but nothing that was just an easy bucket. Nothing that was pushing off of a miss from LSU. They just I don't know. They shit the bed in the fourth quarter while LSU decided they weren't going to lose this game. MiLaysia Fulwiley largely decided that they weren't going to lose this game. Obviously, a big recovery from her after her dog shit performance against South Carolina. But that's a big win over a ranked team. LSU now sits at 23-4, 9-4 in conference. They have a shot to get into. I don't even know if they have a shot to get. They have a shot to get into the top two. Highly unlikely though, with the fact that Vanderbilt and Texas both. Vandy has a head-to-head matchup over LSU. Although they do play Kentucky, Alabama, and Tennessee to finish their season, and they did lose to Georgia in their last game, which was a game they should not have lost. And then, of course, also Texas, they did split with LSU, but then they finished with Mississippi State, Georgia, and Alabama. I don't expect them to lose those games. But did y'all watch the game? If you saw the game, what did you think of that? What did you think of the game? What did you think of the fourth quarter? I thought early on, I think Flau'jae Johnson wanted to make a point, and she was playing really well to start the game, almost like I want to show y'all, because of obviously what's going on with her mom's comments. And I'm gonna do another video on her mom's comments because I've heard some other videos on, and I think some of the comments that I've heard that I've listened to on some of these videos, even in the comments on my video, are just downright foolish. But we'll get into that in another video, man. But what y'all think of that game? Leave y'all thoughts, leave y'all comments. Appreciate y'all. This is her. This is her game, her way. Women's basketball. Powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.